Namaste nerds, this is Navinad, Budget Pub Stomper. This is the play testing gold fishing of Kotis the Fang Keeper. Hopefully you've watched the first video. I've been playing around with this guy and I had him all wrong. I thought this was going to be sort of like a, I don't know, like a Timna-like commander that was going to be like sort of like the value engine that helped propel your saltide good stuff. It's not that. This is like 4 mana Atali. I mean, with a little bit of build around, it gets pretty crazy. I think this might be something real. I think this may be, yeah, an Avengers level threat. We might have something here. Now, the way that I built the deck, I thought it would be important to have our own win conditions. And it probably is. You definitely are going to want some kind of a plan of your own. But the more that I play with it and watch how like big and nasty this thing gets, like what does it mean when you go like turn 4, this guy's a 9/9 and you swing and hit somebody for 9, exile 9 cards off of their deck and you can cast all of the spells? I don't know what that it's gonna. I want to see it, you know. I want to have somebody to play against and actually see what that looks like. I can't really get my head around it, but the core of the deck is well, you know, it's like I thought that I was going to want haste enablers and lightning greaves type stuff for this guy anyway. So it kind of made sense then to do the divining witch with the laboratory maniac and the Jace wielder of mysteries, in which case I might as well do the hermit druid thing. And if I'm going to do the hermit druid and the divining witch and all of your haste enablers and the like lightning greaves, then we may as well put the cephalid illusionist in there so I can do the move the greaves back and forth, mill yourself out that way, and use your dread return to bring your laboratory maniac. It's like cephalid illusionist plus lightning greaves gives us sort of a second hermit druid in a way. But let's do some gold fishing. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, first 7 here. Yeah, no, this looks good. This looks fine. I hate these lands, but it's like, I mean, we're on $100 budget. We can't play any basics to make the plan work. So, you know, this is a $26 land base as it is. So we're gonna have to play some suboptimal lands. Look at this. So Might of the Nephilim. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn for each of its colors. Man, that gives our dude +6/+6. So that means he's chunking in for 8 commander damage. But more importantly, we're exiling 8 cards off the top of our opponent's library and casting all of them for free. That's got to be busted. It's something we're gonna have to. I think this might actually be something, and I don't drink the Kool-Aid so quick, right? I'm not one of those that's like, oh my god, this new commander's busted every time something new comes out, right? But this thing might be, I mean, I don't know, because it is so weird and different. But I got a feeling this might be nasty. Oh, well, turn 2 Soul Ring it never stopped anybody from being nasty, that's for damn sure. Oh wow, we've got a Dark Ritual too, so basically we can just do whatever we want now. Do we care how we sequence? A little bit. We need green mana. We'll do this for this, so we've got black and blue. And we'll use the blue here. We'll use the black here. Okay, so now we've got 3 black and a soul ring. The blue, let's see. So 1 for this and this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total mana. It just gives us enough to get our commander out and put the greaves immediately on the commander, and then we would be able to clip somebody for 2. Maybe we find something to play, maybe we don't. I mean, probably, right? It's a pretty good chance we find a removal spell or something, maybe a tutor or a cantrip. Let's say we find a brainstorm. 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna put, we kind of are always gonna be brainstorm locked in a way, right? We'll go like this, and doesn't really matter, like this, and we go to our next turn. One. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a fatal push, so we can clear a path to make sure we can get through with our homie. So we path to exile somebody's thing. Now we've got room to get in there and clip somebody. Now we'd have to do it kind of weird, right? So here's what we'd have to do. We would cast the fatal push. Then we would move the lightning greaves onto the elves of deep shadow, and then we would hope somebody's like, lightning bolt. Well, no, our guy's indestructible, so never mind that. But then we would have to do this. So we'd cast our Might of the Nephilim on our Kotis, and then we would move the boots back on if we were so inclined. And so now we hit somebody for 8, and now we dig 8 cards deep into their library, and we cast them all. I mean, that could just be a win right there. I mean, it's not at all, it's almost preposterous to think that we wouldn't find something in 8, like in a full, not even a full grip, more than a full grip, and we're allowed to cast it all for free. Does that seem crazy? To me, that seems a little crazy. I think this thing might be crazy. This is a $100 budget version, but I think the real deal might be crazy. So yeah, no, it's hard to say what this actually accomplished, but we probably, we killed somebody's dude, and we tutored, and probably at least that, right? We at least killed somebody's thing and then found a tutor. So what would we tutor for? Hermit Druid. Yeah, so let's just say we found in our 8 cards, we find a tutor. So we tutor up the Hermit Druid. I think this is what these games are going to look like. And then we go 1, 2. Oh no, that doesn't work. We need green mana. So we'd have to go 1, 2. We made a grave error someplace. Probably we could have tapped it differently and gotten around this. But as long as we can get the requisite mana to Hermit Druid, then we do it this turn. We've got this. Activate, flip our graveyard, our library into the graveyard, and then we cast we sacrifice these 3 to flash back the Laboratory Maniac, and then we flash back the draw spell and win the game. Or if we would have had blue remaining, then we cast this to win the game. Or maybe we just put this on and then we go to our next turn, and we've got the boots on the Hermit Druid, and now we've got like a real obvious clean win, right? So we just play a land, activate the Hermit Druid, we put our library into the graveyard, and we sacrifice 3 creatures. 1, a 2, we'll float a black mana. A 3, view all. Dread Return. So we flash back the Dread Return by sacrificing 3 creatures. Move that to exile, and that is going to bring back, it's going to animate our Laboratory Maniac. And then we'll pay 1 blue, 1 colorless to flash back. I have no idea what the hell it's called. What is it? There's a There's a spell that it's circular. It's deep analysis, right? Yeah. Okay, so we pay the flashback cost for deep analysis, which is a blue, a colorless, pay 3 life, draw 2 cards. We've got our laboratory maniac. We've got no cards in the deck, so we win the game. So that's something like what it might look like, and we might have been able to do that last turn, kind of just depending on how depending. And you know, that's a kind of a bummer about this deck is we need to build it in paper, guys. We need to build it in paper and play it for real. I want to see what this damn thing can do. I think this is probably keepable. Draw for turn. And I guess we would start with this. Go to turn 2. Play this. And we can't quite get there because we need 3 different colors of mana to cast that. So actually, if we would have started with the exotic orchard, nope, still wouldn't have worked. Okay, so I don't know. I guess we just cast an opt, probably at somebody's end step, and sure, why not? That seems good. Go to our turn 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we put the dark ritual in, then we can get. Now this is gonna have only 1 left, 1 depletion counter left. So we put the dark ritual in. We've got black, 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 green, green, blue. So 3 black, 2 green, and a blue. So we need 1 black. And we'll use the other one for colorless. So we've got 1 black floating, blue, green, and 1 green floating. So we've got a black floating and a green floating. Wait, we need a blue floating. Can we do it that way? No. Nope, that is not gonna work. Well, then I don't want to use my dark ritual. Dark ritual 3. Why is this math killing my brain? We could use the black for the colorless. And so we'd have black, and a black is colorless. We have 1 black floating, the blue, 1 green. There's no way around it. We're either going to get our rancor or our combat research. It doesn't matter. We'll start with the rancor. And we'll go to our next turn. But this has not been all that exciting. Oh, that just got a worlds more exciting. This is preposterous. Wish we would have had this last turn. So turn 4, put the combat research on this thing. So that's going to pilot. So this gives it +1/+1, a form of, Ward 1. And it draws a card when it deals damage. So this is +2 for the rancor, +1 for this, and 2 naturally. So this is chunking in for 5. And that's 5 cards also, and a draw. Then we can smack somebody with that, get our draw trigger. Then, yeah, next turn is going to be wild. So, yeah, we dig through somebody's deck and we cast all their nasty shit and hopefully set everybody back. So we remove all the things and, I don't know, silence somebody or whatever. It's hard to say, right? It all just depends. All just depends. But 1, 2, that thing's gone. 3 to put this thing out. And this is at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a blue or black permanent, target creature gets +1/+1. If you control a blue and a black permanent, that creature gets +5 instead. And so we will go to our next turn. And we may even have been able to use those 5 cards to win or to threaten to win. Yeah, impossible to say. But let's see if we can get a feel for what's happening here. So this guy is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 5, 10. And now we're going to go to combat. And if somebody tries to do something that we don't like, we can arcane denial. Arcane denial the thing we don't like, and then we can pop here. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 5 is 10. And now we cast this, and it gets plus 2 for each color in its color identity. So that's another 6. So now we are hitting somebody for 16. So we are digging 16 cards deep. There's no way that doesn't win. If that doesn't win the game, we hit the wrong person, right? So we dig through the top 16 cards of somebody's deck, and now we are allowed to cast each and every one. I mean, unless there's something that costs 17 mana in there. I mean, we could drop Eldrazi off of somebody's deck right now. So we go super deep here, and we almost certainly win the game. I can't imagine a world where we don't. And then also we get a card draw. So just imagine, well, here's a way I guess you could think about it. Imagine the last time you played against a Tali, and the Tali gets the 4 spells, right? So they get 4 spells off the top, but imagine instead of 4, they got that 4 times. It's something like that. Now there's lands and stuff, so maybe on average, if every 3rd card is a land, well, just imagine 3 Atali flips. Right, like 3 of everybody's. Like when Atali went off a little bit, hit a couple of clones, or like Twin Flame and Heat Shimmer or whatever, and it's doing the thing, but just popping off and just doing that all with one person's deck, which actually I think is better, because it means that you're more likely to be able to find and assemble a combo, because all 16 of these cards are coming off of the same deck. And sure, 4 of them, 5 of them are going to be lands, even 6 of them lands, but that's still 11 cards. Like, this is freaking crazy. Yeah, so let's do again. Okay, does this one look good? Yeah, this looks fine. Totally fine. This probably I can find something better. But it was only like 4 cents. So, I don't know. Draw for turn. Land. Dork. Pass. Go back to our turn. Yeah, this is a nice little piece in the deck. Can give us a +2/+2, and it's a fight spell. So we can, maybe club somebody's dude to clear a path for our guy to get through. And even if it would actually kill our guy is indestructible. And so this pumps it up, and we get to chunk somebody. Oh, I don't have black mana. Maybe I shouldn't have kept this damned hand. Shitspa. Oops. Yeah, that is unfortunate. So we could have either gone Wishclaw or Elf. Oh, no, we can't do Wishclaw because we don't have black mana. Next turn, still no black mana. That is a drag. Damn it. Whoops. Yeah, that's a big oopsies. Alright, well, I mean, we've got a counter spell. We've got sort of a piece of removal, can be, or a protection piece, but we don't have anything to protect right now, so let's just say we had to blow our counter spell. Somebody draws a couple cards. We get to draw an extra one. So we go to our next turn and draw another card. There's black mana. Now we're cooking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be this with 1 extra 6. Get our Wishclaw. And do we need, nope, that's it. So then we go to our next turn. Boy, this that black mana situation sort of set us back, didn't it? But we're there. We're doing nasty things now. So we could Wish Claw, and we can try to win the game with our deck, but that's not much fun. Or we can try to beef this chick up, So what's the nastiest? We've got equipment. We've got the. We could go Wish Claw and grab. I don't know what the name of that piece is. What is the? Well, I'm gonna pause you and look it up. It is Might of the Nephilim. So, Might of the Nephilim. And I would expect that this would be the end of the game, so I don't think we need to worry about the Wish Claw Talisman situation. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Did we play a land? Do we have one of those? No, we haven't played a land. So I don't know if we want to play this land, actually. Which... I guess it would depend on if we needed to use our Assassin's Trophy or not. Because just with the mana that we have available, we can cast both of these. And hold up mana for slip out the back just in case things go poorly. So we go 1, 2. Now we would obviously we'd attack and hopefully get through and nobody has any hijinks or shenanigans. And assuming and if they do, then we can slip out the back, and then our dude comes back in with a +1/+1. And we could actually have waited and attacked first before we shipped the Wish Claw Talisman, because we can do this Wish Claw at instant speed. It just says you have to do it on your turn. Everybody thinks it's at sorcery speed. It's not. So actually what we would have done is we would have attacked, and then assuming nothing messed up happens, just meaning assuming we're going to be able to get through, nobody tries to Swords to Plowshares our guy. So if they try to Swords us, we just slip out the back, and then we try this nonsense next turn. But it'll be buffed up by 1. But if we attack and then nobody responds, and we go through declare blockers, no blockers, they're going to take damage, then we can use the Wish Claw Talisman. Then we can use that to find the Might of the Nephilim, and we can cast the Might of the Nephilim and the Staggering Size both, which is fucking crazy. That's crazy. So that is +6, and that is +3. So that is +9, and so that's 11. So now we get to go digging 11 cards deep and try to assemble a win. So probably, you just attack the guy that's got either the deck that's the most powerful or the most likely to beat you, because we are going to end up killing him in a couple of swings. Or you just you attack the person that has the highest win con density, or maybe the highest tutor density. But I think in most cases, if you're just allowed to look at the top 11 cards off of somebody's deck and then cast them all without paying their mana, I think that wins the game. That's the delusion I'm under. So in my deluded world, where being able to look at the top 11 cards of somebody's competitive deck and then cast all of them for free, that's a win for all intents and purposes. As far as I'm concerned, that's a win. Even if it's not a win, it's at very least going to be like enough to set you up in a preposterous way, right? Like just put all of the Mystic Remora, whatever, like whatever they've got, all of the things go into play, and we become Neo in the Matrix. There is no fucking spoon. I think that's what I'm going to call. Kotis is no longer Kotis. Kotis is Neo. This is Neo. I think this thing is crazy. Let me know what you think. I think I'm going to cut her off right there. Got to be about a half hour. Maybe we'll take another look at one more little starting hand. And I mean, you know, you can also, of course, just try to assemble your own combo here. I don't know if we would keep this or not. On a first 7, you shouldn't, right? I don't know. It's not bad, though. Here, let's play this first, and we'll get a scry. That seems fine. We don't actually have a... We won't be able to cast that next turn, so maybe that's not fine. Maybe we scry that to the bottom. Then we go to our next turn. Oh, that's definitely better. There's our thing. Alright, and then we go like this. Like this. We go 1, 2. And we could put out the either this or the lightning greaves. And we'll do that. And next turn, well, sure, now we get a dork. That would have been so much better if we would have had the at least turn 2 dork. One of those weird janky signet lands. I've had enough of these signets. We could probably do dork and do boots and go to our next turn. And we've got the hydroelectric specimen for the turn when we decide to go, you know, ape shit. Turn 4. Yeah, let's just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put our guy out and greaves it up. And can chunk in for... So now we'd either... So this would be kind of a difficult decision. So many variables. It would depend on a lot of things. But we could either wait until our next turn where we can hydroelectric specimen protection. But we could just do this now. So, you know, I guess if we had an open lane and the guy's like, yeah, no blocks, then we could be like, surprise, bitch. And they'd be like, surprise, you murdered me with this last game. So now we're looking at the top 8 cards off of their library. And then we can cast them for free. Let's just see what it looks like if it were a mirror match. Like we found somebody that was playing like a Hermit Druid deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that wouldn't have went that well for us, but we would have gone like this and like this, and then we'll put these, we'll just shuffle these back in. Oh wait, that's not how that works. Lot of lands, but we've got our tutor here. So now we've got ways to just win the game with our own deck now. That's not an enchantment. That would be great. Yeah, I think we would just wish claw and win. I think we just wish claw and win. So we wish claw, pass somebody the claw, and we get Hermit Druid. To hand. Then we would go 1, 2, Hermit Druid. We would put the greaves on the Druid. And we would activate the Hermit Druid. It's got haste because of the greaves, of course. And then we would put our... where's the move all? Move all? There we go. Just have to ask nicer. And then we would, do the thing. We would sacrifice 1, 2, 3 creatures, or, well, probably 1, 2, 3 creatures. We'd sacrifice these 3 creatures. I did cast that as a creature for free. So we would sacrifice these 3 creatures to dread return our laboratory maniac out, and then we would pay a blue and a colorless to flash back our, not circular logic. I forgot the name of the damn thing again. What was it? Well, the flashback spell that it costs 4 if you cast it normal, but when it's in your graveyard, it casts for 2. Drawing a blank on it. It's like circular logic or deep analysis. That's what it is. So yeah, we would flashback, pay the 2 to flashback deep analysis with our laboratory maniac in play. Win game. So this is Neo. This is Neo, bitches. Kotis. It's not coitus. Don't say coitus. I don't like that word. Till next we meet, my homies. I might build this for cEdh. I think it's fucking nuts. Don't quote me. No, quote me. I like to be quoted. Makes me feel special. Word to your mothers. Namaste, bitches. May all your outs be live and your women be wild. And your men be wild. You know, whatever you're into. I'm not here to judge you. I am definitely here to judge you. But I don't want to do it where everybody can see me out in public, right? I want to do it behind your back. Namaste, homies.